Hello everyone! Today we will be departing from the topic of visual kei culture for a moment in order to talk about the story of NECRONOMIDOL, an alternative idol metal group which based its image on the works of famous horror writer H.P. Lovecraft and also on black metal bands. As some of you might know, my interest in Japanese music is not limited to visual kei. I listen to a bunch of Japanese metal bands, and I used to follow NECRONOMIDOL's career back in the day. I'm not sure if I could call myself a fan, but I definitely did like their music a lot. I thought about making this video for a long time now, and I finally decided to do it. I think that even if you're here for visual kei content only, maybe you will enjoy this video anyway, because I genuinely think that it is a pretty unique and interesting band. Okay, I think that's all I had to say in the intro. Thank you to Mumble Honey, Remilia, Big Body Igor and Canary Casey for supporting me on Patreon, and let's get into the video. The mastermind behind NECRONOMIDOL was an American man named Richard Wilson, commonly referred to in the fanbase as Ricky. There was one Ricky Wilson in the United States who since 2010 has been a vocalist of a speed metal band Rabbit Flesh Eaters from Arlington, Texas. According to the Metal Archives, this Ricky and the NECRONOMIDOL Ricky are the same person. I'm not sure about this because it seems like the band was still active as of 2020 and our Ricky, the NECRONOMIDOL one, would have been living in Japan for about a decade at this point. Ricky has played in bands in the past though, as mentioned by him in one interview. Ricky moved from America to Japan after graduating from university as a film major. There he began working for an online hobby shop in which he took care of handling international sales. Here's where the stories get a little bit different depending on the source. An Envy Media article says that the shop Ricky was working for became involved with the adaptation of the television program American Ninja Warrior. I wonder if that's the same one that Golden Bomber was on. And they had to contract idols and performers to promote that show on some festival they held. And that's when he encountered the idol group Memoiro Clover Z, and he became interested in the idol scene. The Yes Tiger WordPress blog says that at this point Ricky has been, quote, working in advertising and event management in Japan when a superior needed his help to secure a big idol group for a Japanese festival in Malaysia. There wasn't enough money for a big idol group like his superior had hoped, but on his hunt for idol groups he discovered Bearing Shoujo Heart. Ricky realized that they were doing something completely outside the typical idol scene and that one guy was running everything. Of course, these two stories aren't mutually exclusive or anything, but they seem different enough for me to present them separately, I guess. Envy Media quoted Ricky, "I started seeing some groups that were not part of any agency. They were just run by a guy or a few people and I thought, so it's kinda like a band, you can just make an idol group, you don't have to have this large agency or big company behind you. And so I said, oh, I'll give it a try." For a name for his group, Ricky chose NECRONOMIDOL, a combination of the word idol with the title Necronomicon, a fictional book that's often mentioned in stories written by H.P. Lovecraft. The band is nicknamed Necroma for short. This is based on the Japanese word for necromancy, which is nekuroma. Ricky spent a few months on creating the band's website, coming up with their image, stage costumes and all the organizational stuff like that. According to the Walk in Shadows fan site, a very great source of information for this video by the way, by January 2014, Ricky had established that the group will be based on the occult and the paranormal, and he had already started writing some songs. The band's website describes the band as an ultra-dark Tokyo-based Japanese idol unit, and says that they play black metal, dark wave, new wave of British heavy metal and other eclectic genres of music. On February 17, 2014, Ricky started recruiting members by designing a recruitment postcard and publishing an ad in the Fresh Up magazine. By March 14th, he had about 30 applicants. He made his selections on March 19th. This date marks the beginning of NECRONOMIDOL as an idol group. Ricky decided that the group will be comprised of 8 members. However, 4 of them, Kaede, Nagata Kagura, Miyano Aisa and Maeda Ryo, quit the group shortly after being selected, leaving only Sari, Kakizaki Risaki, Tachibana Ru and Setsuko Henmi. NECRONOMIDOL made its official debut on June 30th, 2014 with the single Ikotsumo Fubuki, featuring the songs Vulture and Atai no Tsumeato. They held a live show on that same day, a recording of which can be found on YouTube. Vulture is a synth song, while Atai no Tsumeato features a black metal instrumental. According to Walk in Shadows, June is probably also when the band started using this symbol as kinda their iconic secondary logo. It is one of the iterations of the Elder Sign, which, according to the Lovecraftian wiki, protects against the Great Old Ones and Outer Gods, and is engraved on the sealed doors in the sunken city of R'lyeh, where the deity of Cthulhu is said to sleep. But the band's main logo was this one, designed by Ali Horn. Before that they also used the skull and this strawman. As you will see, in the years that followed, NECRONOMIDOL would go through frequent lineup changes. At the start of 2015, Henmi Setsuko and Tachibana Ru left the band, or graduated, as I think that's the correct term when idols leave their bands. I'm not sure though. Anyway, Henmi was later known as Hazuki Sera, and she has been in a few groups since NECRONOMIDOL. According to the Japanese Music Wiki, in 2020 she was diagnosed with sudden hearing loss and is now inactive as an idol. Tachibana later adopted the name Miyamoto Ru, and she has also suspended activities due to health problems. 3 girls joined the band: Tsukumo Hotaru, Yutsuyu Hina, and Kusaka Karen. Also in 2015, the group ditched their Shrine Maiden costumes and adopted a new aesthetic, which they would continue to wear more or less unchanged for a long time. The band performed a theme song for a book Cthulhu Shoujo Sentai, which is like a Cthulhu mythos meets science fiction type of thing. According to Walk in Shadows, quote, NECRONOMIDOL was contacted by the book's publisher about doing the vocals for the theme song. The music had already been completed and the lyrics had been written by the book's author Yamada Masaki. What was settled on that was NECRONOMIDOL would record the song with its original lyrics for this one-off limited CD. The group then would be allowed to use the music with their own lyrics to perform at shows. In February 2016, NECRONOMIDOL released their first studio album, Nemesis. It managed to appear on the Oricon weekly charts, which, although not at a high position, I think is still pretty impressive for an underground idol group that has been around for only about a year and a half at this point. In November of that same year, Karen and Isn't it interesting that this is the second video in a row where I talk about someone named Karen? Karen and Hotaru left the group. Hotaru left in order to focus on her school, and she and Karen haven't been active as idols since. They were replaced by Imaitsumi Rei and Tsukushiro Himari. This marks the start of NECRONOMIDOL's most iconic lineup: Sari, Risaki, Hina, Rei and Himari. With this lineup, the band released its second album, Deathless, in February 2017. The limited edition of it came with this cool Ouija board, by the way. The music video to the song Ithaca is now sitting at almost 400,000 views on YouTube and is the band's most watched video. The song's title is a reference to an entity from August Derleth's short story The Thing That Walked on the Wind, which is a part of the Cthulhu mythos. And also, by the way, the video is shot at some snowy forest and you can clearly see that the girls are shaking from the cold, especially Hina and Sari. Another successful releases followed: Dawn Slayer, Strange Eons, Calls in the Stars, Abbott. The band was quickly getting more and more popular and was considered one of the most notable alternative idol acts. They went on several tours in Asia, Europe and the United States. The third album, Void Hymn, came out in September 2018. The first bump in the road came in October of 2018, when Sari and Hina announced their graduation and subsequently quit the group in January 2019. Hina is now known as Takatsuji Hina and is currently a member of the idol group Manahol. Sari decided to pursue a solo career. It seems like she's doing pretty fine. She released an album in 2023 and went on a tour in Europe. Just a few days after Sari and Hina's departure, Kenbishi Kunogi and Michelle joined the group. Not a lot of stuff happened in 2019. They toured in Europe again. In the first few months of the year, the band had what Walk in Shadows described as a short film project titled Beyond the Red, divided into 4 episodes. You can find them on YouTube. In September, Kunogi left the band after she took part in what one source described as a, quote, gravure photoshoot that wasn't authorized by the management. The official English announcement of her departure reads, Kunogi Kenbishi will be departing from NECRONOMIDOL as of the end of September. We regret having to deliver such a sudden announcement, especially as Kunogi has only been with us for 9 months. Unfortunately, Kunogi has taken part in several photography sessions, etc., without first notifying or receiving the approval of NECRONOMIDOL's management, which is a breach of the group's rules. The members and management have met several times regarding the situation, but after thorough discussion, we have come to the conclusion that the path Kunogi wishes to pursue as an idol does not match with the direction of the group, and as such, it would be in everyone's best interest to part ways. Kunogi's final show with NECRONOMIDOL will be her birthday live on September 28th. We ask for your kind understanding and support for both Kunogi as well as all of the members of NECRONOMIDOL during the process. Later, until 2022, Kunogi, now known as Kunogi Haruno, was a member of the band Pomam. In 2020, NECRONOMIDOL's song 4.7L was featured in the Netflix show Giri Haji. On March 16, 2020, the group went on a hiatus, resulting from the departure of all members except for Himari. This is Ricky, the producer of NECRONOMIDOL. A big thanks to all of our fans both in Japan and abroad for your support. Unfortunately, we have a very sudden announcement to make. As of today, Risaki Kakizaki, Rei Imaizumi and Michelle will be departing from the group. As a result of the graduations, NECRONOMIDOL will be going on a short hiatus in activities. The 3 graduating members have all prepared messages for fans that will be posted on their personal Twitter accounts, so we kindly ask you to refer to those for more details on their individual departures. We met many times as a group and worked to find a way to resolve those situations, but after much discussion and thought, we came to the conclusion that there were insurmountable challenges preventing the 3 members from continuing their activities with the group. We apologize for the suddenness of this announcement, as well as for disappointing our fans. In accordance with the wishes of the 3 graduating members, we will not be holding an official graduation event. The 3 members will instead organize their own events on April 27th at Shibuya Cyclone. Details for this event will be announced on the members' personal SNS accounts when finalized. We also regret to inform fans that all previously confirmed events for March and April have been cancelled. The length for the group's hiatus is as yet undetermined, but please note that we will be doing our utmost to return to normal activities as soon as possible. We apologize for disappointing our fans, staff and friends in the idol community with this news. While the formation of the group will change, we promise that NECRONOMIDOL will return with its spirit unchanged. We ask for your kind support and understanding during this challenging period. Risaki and Rei joined the group Manacle, and Michelle would later become a member of the Devil's Killing Merry-Go-Round, and she also became a VTuber. And Risaki is a mom now, that's pretty cool. In February 2025, Sari posted an Instagram story with a photo of her meeting with Hina, Risaki and Rei, indicating that the 4 of them are on friendly terms to this day. Speculations arose in the fanbase that the reason why the members were leaving was because they felt that Himari was, quote, getting preferential treatment from the management. Fans felt that she kept being pushed to always be in the center of attention. This is my speculation, but maybe the fans believed Risaki should have been the one to be getting this kind of treatment instead of Himari, because well, Risaki was one of the founding members of the band. Anyway, the speculations that the girls left because of Himari was confirmed by Ricky on a Patreon livestream according to Reddit comments. Quote, their manager Ricky posted on Patreon that the other members felt that Himari was favored. It was never explained what this favoritism entailed. People pointed out that Himari was in some drama in her band before NECRONOMIDOL, Bakuon Doll Syndrome. Although the management of that group stated only that Himari left it due to differences in direction, they also made another announcement saying that BDS Records has been the recipient of falsehoods and breaches of trust due to Himari's belonging to AS Project that have damaged our long trust and confidence in Himari. I have absolutely no idea what this drama was all about. BDS Records, I assume, was the management of Bakuon Doll Syndrome. I have no idea what AS Project was. The Homicidals blog that discussed this message does provide some explanation of what's going on, but I don't know, I really don't get what Himari was accused of here. As one Reddit commenter put it, I wonder what she did. These companies tend to have insane rules for their talent, so it could be something as minor as having a boyfriend to something serious like snorting coke off the ass crack of a stripper. They also pointed out that almost every former NECRONOMIDOL member unfollowed Himari on social media, but still follows anyone else. One user provided an explanation to why Himari might be treated differently. The relation between Himari and Ricky is different from other members. Ricky relies on her for things like training new members and proofreading lyrics. Himari probably feels indebted to him because he helped her out in the past, which led to the hiatus. How exactly Ricky helped her out, I do not know. Neither do I know how that help led to the hiatus. NECRONOMIDOL's hiatus would last for only about 2 months, because in May 2020 it was announced that 3 new members have joined the group: Rukawashiki, Toda Roa and Kamino Nana, and Himari has remained a member of the band. Shiki was my favorite out of all of the band's members, by the way. Before joining, she was a member of some theatrical group or something like that, if I recall correctly. Another logo change has been made. I haven't mentioned the previous ones, but this one is quite significant because the new logo was designed by Christoph Speidel, who has made logos for a bunch of well-known metal bands like Bloodhouse Nord, Dimmu Borgir, Emperor Trivium and others. This lineup's first music video, Tupilak, came out in June. As of the recording of this video, the music video has over 200,000 views on YouTube, pretty good for a comeback. Their second music video, Santa Sangre, was released in September. The video is an adaptation of Saki Sanobashi, or Go for a Punch, an urban legend about a supposed lost media anime about girls killing each other because they're stuck in a bathroom. Watch Wang's videos if you're interested in what that's all about. The band's fourth album, Vermiel Seriter, was released in February 2022. It was a collection of some new songs and some that were re-recordings of the band's old material. Sadly, in March it was announced that Shiki and Roa would be leaving the band, and that Nana has been hospitalized due to a throat injury. Thankfully she turned out fine later. Shiki has a YouTube channel where she records covers of anime songs and also has a solo career. She has released a couple of singles, and also she does some work for like, I'm not really sure what it is, but it seems to me that it's like some haunted house or something, maybe, I'm not sure. Roa has been in a few idol groups since leaving NECRONOMIDOL. Rumor has it that Shiki and Roa left NECRONOMIDOL because, like the members before them, they were, quote, being unhappy with Himari getting the push while they were just extras, or backup dancers or whatever you might call it. I remember that I once saw someone ask Shiki on Twitter why she left NECRONOMIDOL, and she responded that she would like to talk about the reasons for her departure, but the band's manager doesn't let her or something like that. But that was like years ago, and I tried very hard to look for that tweet of hers for this video and I couldn't find it. Three new members joined the band in April 2022, Hoshizora Maria, Michinaga Meika, and Kozakura Malin. Nana and Himari remained. This lineup released the End of Days music video. Maria left in June due to health reasons. Nana left due to personal reasons in November. Apparently, Nana's ex-boyfriend or someone posted private photos of her online. Not anything explicit, just, you know, normal personal photos. Thank you for your support of NECRONOMIDOL. Several days ago, numerous inappropriate photos of Nana Kamino were posted to Twitter, Instagram and other SNS sites. We have spoken to Nana about this issue, and after numerous discussions, Nana requested to step down both from her position as a member of NECRONOMIDOL as well as her on-stage and SNS activities as an idol. This might just be me, but calling these photos inappropriate in an official announcement seems a bit weird. Also, I don't see a reason why you would mention something like that in an official statement. But well, the most oversharing statement from the band's management will come soon. I've seen some indications that she might be uncomfortable with people discussing her, so I will not bring up any details. I'll just say that she is currently in another band and has a different stage name and stuff, so it seems that she's doing fine, thankfully. Two new members joined, Amo Otowa and Kurogane Hisui. Although fans were tired of the constant lineup changes, it seemed that things were going pretty okay now. They went on a European tour again in 2022, but then in August of that year came an abrupt end of NECRONOMIDOL. An important announcement from NECRONOMIDOL. Thank you so much to all the fans, staff and friends who helped make NECRONOMIDOL's L'Appel du Vide European tour such a success. We are so grateful for everyone who came out to see us and for all the dedication and hard work of the individuals behind the scenes of the tour. Unfortunately, there were some issues that arose during the tour that will affect the future of the group going forward. Determining the best way to proceed in light of these events required quite a bit of thought after our return from the tour, but I am finally able to make an announcement regarding them. During the tour there was a day whose scheduled events included Himari Tsukishiro's solo performance alone. I haven't mentioned this, but Himari has been doing a solo project at this point. I will talk about it later. While Himari, the event staff and I were at the venue preparing for the show, Hisui Kurogane began broadcasting an Instagram live from her personal, non-NECRONOMIDOL account from the hotel the group was staying at. During this broadcast, Hisui revealed personal information about Meika Mochinaga. Malin Kozakura, who was watching the broadcast, shared it with Meika, who then suddenly decided to leave the group's accommodations and attempt to return to Japan by herself without contacting myself or any other staff members. At this time, Malin contacted Himari, but not myself or any other staff members. After that, she proceeded with Meika to the airport. Upon learning of the situation with the other members and assessing the potential danger of the situation, I made the decision to cut the sound check for the solo stage short and attempt to rendezvous with Meika and Malin, who were currently attempting to walk to the airport. Fortunately, we were able to find the two members by the side of the road and, after assessing the overall situation, safely returned to the group's accommodations along with them. I have received and reviewed a recording of Hisui's broadcast and verified that she did indeed reveal the information in question to the public in violation both of her performance contract as well as her trust among the group members. As a result of this, Hisui will be leaving the group effective immediately. Regarding the future of the group, I have had to think long and hard about the actions taken by the members during the tour. As the producer of NECRONOMIDOL, my first priority is always the safety of the members along with that of the fans and staff. My second priority is delivering a great performance at every show. Unfortunately, in light of these events, I am not confident that NECRONOMIDOL can maintain these standards at this time. Because of this, I see no other choice but to announce the end of the current group lineup and a temporary hiatus on group activities. During the hiatus, I will endeavor to rebuild the group in such a way that we can safely and reliably deliver amazing shows and music long into the future. NECRONOMIDOL will perform 2 more shows under the current lineup, Malin Kozukara's birthday show scheduled for August 14th, along with 1 final show to be announced soon. During the hiatus, events that have previously been announced or confirmed will also be carried out as planned. It saddens me greatly to have to make an announcement like this after a tour during which we received such amazing support from fans from all over the world. I ask for your understanding and support during this period. Personally, it honestly seems to me that this message is oversharing quite a lot, I think. Hisui has also issued her own statement on this issue, apologizing for the comments she made during her Instagram live and the trouble her actions caused, saying that the pressure of her first overseas tour and the struggle with communication caused by her ADHD led her to speak thoughtlessly and hurt others. Olivier, someone personally involved with NECRONOMIDOL, made a Facebook post explaining more details about the livestream incident. I will read some parts of it because it's very long and there's no need to read all of it. Meika and Malin kind of teamed up against Hisui before Hisui made the broadcast. A part of this communication problem came from Hisui, the other part came from Meika and Malin. And the 3 of them were reporting everything and complaining about anything to Himari, who had to stand in the middle, trying with Ricky and I to solve the mess. When we arrived in Sweden after 2 very long days on the road, the first Necroma show went very well. A really great performance despite Meika and Malin being physically hit by the previous days. The next day, Himari had her solo live in the evening and the schedule had been very well prepared by the NERCON team. Ricky and Himari went to pick up the Swedish dancers. A rehearsal was planned with them in a dance studio downtown before lunch. After lunch, the plan was Ricky, Himari and I had to go with the dancers to the festival to check the stage, prepare the show, make soundcheck, etc. During this time, the other girls had a free day and a visit of Linköping, if that's how you pronounce that name, was planned by the local staff. but the owner of the studio never showed up to open the door, which means a plan B must be found at any cost, plus Malin and Meika in a poor condition after the efforts of the previous day, so it was decided that they would stay in their room and rest/take care of themselves. 2 NERCON staff members and I waiting in the lobby for something to happen. The tourism day could not happen, we all needed to stay ready for anything, needed to make the show happen in the best way possible. The staff and I did everything we could to entertain Hisui. At some point she decided to go back to her room, and I really can understand all the frustration she may have felt here. There was stress and frustration for all of us, maybe not for Malin and Meika, who were sleeping until the incident. Himari, Ricky, NARCON staff, and I drove to NARCON to prepare all the rest. After checking the stage and a few things, we went back to the green room for performance before going on with soundcheck and giving some time to Himari to rest as well and prepare herself for the show. This is when Himari received a call from Malin. I saw Himari's face decompose in a second. She put the call on speaker so Ricky and I could follow what was happening 20 minutes away by car from the festival. I did not manage to understand much, but I knew it was bad. After the call, Ricky only told me this: Hisui did something, Meika is going nuts, she left the hotel with her luggage and is going to the airport. We need to go, you stay here and be ready for anything may happen. It took hours of not knowing if people were fine. At some point Ricky sent me a message. Found the girls on the side of the road on the way to the airport, now back at the hotel having a discussion with all of them. What did happen? You know it, it's in Ricky's statement. Hisui made a broadcast and said things she shouldn't have. The fatigue, the frustration, the 2 girls teaming up against her despite the group discussions certainly can explain it. Excuse it though? Certainly not. The only thing I don't know is what Hisui said. I cannot judge if Meika overreacted or not, but bloody Nora packing up and going to an airport in the middle of nowhere, like sayonara folks, I'm flying home. For God's sake, how? With which money? You don't even speak English to communicate with the airport staff. And Malin not even trying to reason her. Just like, okay, I'll go with you, and at some point notify the rest of the team. I have never heard any apologies from any of the other members. Not directly after, not the next day, not after the last show, not before they took the plane to Japan. It was all like, okay, that was a minor incident, it's all good now, no problem. Nobody is perfect. I am not. I fucked up things sometimes as well. We all did, but 3 of them at the same time? Ricky's decision is the only one possible. NECRONOMIDOL has not resumed activities since August 2022 and officially remains on a hiatus. Himari has a solo project named Isilial, which is also produced by Ricky. She's doing pretty well. From what I've seen, Isilial is also metal oriented like NECRONOMIDOL was. Maybe even more so. Somewhere around 2022 or 2023 is when I tried some of the most serious complaints from fans about NECRONOMIDOL merch not being delivered to them, or taking a very long time to be delivered, or being delivered but with items missing. It even took years apparently for stuff to be delivered. Ricky's response to this was that shipping assistant had to move suddenly and wasn't able to get any of the orders out beforehand. Also keep in mind that the Japanese post office had some troubles during the pandemic, which is why there might have been problems with some of the orders, but you know, it has now been a few years since the pandemic. As a result of all this, some longtime fans made the decision to quit financially supporting Ricky and his projects. Despite this, of course, Isilial still has a dedicated fan base. I'm not saying all this to hate on Ricky or something, no disrespect or offense to him or anyone else. It's just that the issue has been too prominently documented to ignore in this video. And so that's the end, so far, of the sad story of NECRONOMIDOL. Once again, despite the group not being visual kei, I hope that you, the usual viewers, found this video interesting and enjoyed it. I've been talking for like 40 minutes now, and I am out of water, so I'll just leave the intro at that. Thank you to Mumble Honey, Remilia, Big Body Igor and Canary Casey for being my Patreons. Thank you all for watching and goodbye.